Hello, how you're doing today? So this is Retalulu or Retalulu Squared. I'm in the business of helping you make money for sure, and you're welcome to my channel today. So today we're doing this in the car outside church. Okay, so I got this bothering question from one of my subscriber and now friend, and I understand that a lot of investors don't understand like the buying process or the documentations involved when buying a particular property, be it land or house. Now quickly, when you buy a house, or probably when you see a house or a land that you're interested in, and then you request for the title documentation, they tell you probably it's CFO or governor's consent or gazette or excision. Yes, that is a land title document that comes with the property. That aside, after paying for the cost of house or cost of land, the next documentation process that follows is 1, the survey plan, 2, the deed of assignment. Now a survey plan is actually, it has the geographical location of your particular plot or particular property. Okay, if it's a plot, it shows you the boundaries on your own particular plot that surrounds your plot, so you know that you don't encroach into another person's plot. Okay, so it basically shows you the geographical location of your property of land in question. If it's a house, it gives you the particular the total size of all your all the rooms or parlors or kitchen, everything involved. It's actually marked out to show that this is your particular unit, and the survey plan actually comes with your name as the heading, and then if it falls within an estate, it's going to carry the particular plot number, the particular block, the size of plot, and then the map of your particular plot or your particular size of house or unit of house involved. So that's for survey plan. And then a deed of assignment. A deed of assignment is compulsory. A deed of assignment is a legal binding between you, the buyer, and the seller, which is the company, so the vendor and then the buyer. Okay, so the deed of assignment carries history between the buyer and the seller. Okay, it states the name, the full details of the seller, and then it also states the full details of the buyer. It's like a covenant you're going into with the company. Basically, that's like a basic representation. And then it shows the history that this land was bought from so family. Now that's the part of the vendor. This land was bought from so person or so community, and these are the title documentations, and these are all that is involved in the particular property, and now was giving it to, or selling or reselling to the buyer. Okay, it states all the documentation, all the details about that covers the buyer and the seller. Now it also has details of what the seller is entitled to do for that property, and what the buyer is entitled to do also. And then it goes further to so continuing, sorry, I had to quickly run into the house because I had something to attend to. Yes. Okay, so to continue from what I was saying, I was explaining the deed of assignment. It's like a legal bond. Is a legal binding document that binds both the buyer and the seller. Okay, whoever the seller is and whoever the buyer is. Okay, so like I stated, I said it had details, information, what the seller is meant to do, and what the seller owes the buyer, and what the buyer owes the seller. Okay, and then it also consists of, like I said earlier, consists of the details, the history of the property in question being bought by the buyer. Okay, and then when you go to the next page, it has a section where the buyer signs, the seller signs, and then there's a witness to be provided by the buyer, and also witness to be provided by the seller. Okay, and then if you go further down, it has like a statement of like an oath. That is where you tend to register in court. Now when it comes to deed of assignment, I don't advise that you should hurriedly run to the court to register it, because of course once you're registering the deed of assignment, you need to pay for it. But now what makes it legally binding is the fact that a lawyer with a certified lawyer with the stamp, you know, the stamp that the lawyers have these days, or the stamp is pasted on that deed of assignment, it makes it legal binding. Then you can go further to actually register it. But I usually advise my clients not to register yet, because the government, of course, will just request for money that you never expect that they request for. Okay, so those are the two documents that are very, very important when buying a property, be it a land or a house, despite the fact that the property comes with a title. Do you understand? You're entitled to it. It's just like when you buy a car, for instance. You buy the car, it doesn't end there. If you're buying it from overseas, you have to ship it down. You have to pay for shipping it down, custom duties. You get to Nigeria, you need to register it. You need to do all those other process documentations to ensure that this particular car is actually yours and not someone else's own. I hope these few points of mine is clear, that they have other two documents that are very important when acquiring properties, despite the fact that they come with land title documentation. So in the next my next topic, I should be addressing a land that has title documents. What should I do for that? Should I do my own documentation and all that, or should I do my own documentation? So I'll be talking about that in my next topic. I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that it's important to have a survey plan and have a deed of assignment. Yes, I know another question will be like, can the buyer provide the deed of assignment? No, for two different cases. If you're buying from a company, the company provides the deed of assignment. All you have to do is go through it. If you don't understand this, you ask your lawyer to go through it, and then once your lawyer says it's good to go, you go ahead and sign. But if you're buying from a money lender, you do your deed of assignment. Yeah. I hope it's clear now. Do have a lovely day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And yes, please don't forget, if this is your first time of tuning into my channel, please and please subscribe now and click on the like button if you find this video interesting or informative, and then you need to subscribe so you get all the notification concerning this particular channel and all the beautiful information that I have that borders around real estate investment in Nigeria. I remember to lose squared. If you have more questions, please send me a DM. No, not a DM. Send me an SMS. No, not an SMS. What's happening to me today? Okay, if you have any questions, please kindly send me an email or put a call through to me or send me chat on WhatsApp. I'll be ready to help you. Do have a lovely day. My name remains Real. So lose squared. Bye.